Have you ever wondered why an Americano tastes bitter than a straight-up espresso? You take a sip, and boom! That bitterness hits you differently. Today, we're diving into the science and the secrets behind why an Americano can taste bitter, even though it's just espresso with water. Let's get brewing. First, let's talk about espresso. It's a concentrated shot of coffee made by forcing hot water through finely ground coffee under high pressure. The result? A small but mighty shot packed with flavor, aroma, and oils. Espresso has a bold, rich flavor with a thick crema on top. That crema holds a lot of sweetness and balances out the natural bitterness of coffee. On the other hand, an Americano is simply espresso with hot water added. Sounds simple, right? But here's the catch. Adding water changes how you experience the flavors. When you dilute espresso with water, the intensity of the flavor spreads out. This makes certain flavors, like bitterness, stand out more because they're no longer masked by the thickness and richness of the espresso. Here's the science behind it. Coffee contains different compounds that dissolve at different times during brewing. The first compounds to dissolve bring out bright and sweet flavors. As the extraction continues, we get the deeper, bitter compounds. Espresso shots contain all of these flavors, concentrated, balancing the bitterness with sweetness and acidity. But when you add water, you're spreading out those bitter compounds, making them more noticeable. Remember that crema we talked about? When you dilute an espresso to make an Americano, the crema gets broken down and spread out. Crema carries oils and some bitter compounds, so when it's mixed into the drink, it can give the impression of a more bitter taste. No crema to soften the flavors means the bitter notes are front and center. Another thing to consider? The type of coffee beans and roast level. Darker roasts and Robusta beans tend to have more bitterness. So if your Americano tastes extra bitter, the beans might be the reason. So how can you enjoy a smoother Americano? Try these tips. Use a lighter roast. Add the water gently to preserve the crema. Experiment with different coffee-to-water ratios. So there you have it. Americanos taste more bitter than espressos because adding water spreads out the flavor, making the bitter notes more noticeable. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coffee insights. Let me know in the comments. Do you prefer espresso or an Americano? See you next time.